Welcome to Leading with Joy, our series where we are exploring what it really looks like to live, lead, and facilitate with joy. And today I am so excited to welcome Miss Christine Fraser and just dive into what is this what is going on? What is this? Who are we? What is even happening here? Okay. I'm going to pass it over to you. I would love for you to kind of just introduce us, maybe just let us know for those who might not know who you are, just a little bit about you. Just describe yourself for us. Who is Christine Fraser and what does she do?
Loaded question. First of all, thank you for inviting me on this Joy Journey podcast. And a little bit about me. First and foremost, I am a Canadian girl. I have been born, raised, and have lived here in Alberta, Canada, for my whole life, except for a little blip in British Columbia when I was young. Anyway, I divulge. Anyways, we're focusing on my journey through joy. And part of that has been my big fat French family, because my mom came from a family of 16. My dad came from a family of 11. And so we're literally all over the country and beyond. So my family has been the rock, the stone, the foundation that I've built my life as a mom, a grandma, and yeah, dedicated to being the best version of myself I can be through many trainings, teachings, master university degree and woo-woo-ness, whatever you want to call that. But that's a little bit about me. I've been on a spiritual deep dive for the last 20 years where I've taken hundreds of certifications and, like I said, a master certificate in spirituality. And the journey of joy keeps going because I also had the opportunity of spending a whole year with you, 9 months in our joy program 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. And it really opened up my eyes and the doors to bathing spirituality with as much joy as possible, navigating all of the ups and downs and coming back to that as much as possible in my everyday life. I don't know if that touched upon anything. My why, my mission is to be a lighthouse. And that means that I show and shine and share the way for my grandkids, my kids, and all those who want to walk on the journey of their own becoming.
I love this. Thank you. That was beautiful. Yeah, I remember meeting you way back in, I think it was 2017. It was right when Mandy opened Lifestyle Meditation, and Christine and I were I think it was a yoga class. We rolled over and faced each other, and I just looked into her bright blue eyes, and I was like, "I know you." And she was like, "I know you." But like we never actually met before, but it was this soul remembrance. And, I've been in her sessions. She's a very powerful transformative healer, teaches meditation guide, just an absolute lighthouse for so many. And when you stepped in, I was just so honored to have you because you're just so incredible. And she's someone that I use is in my tool belt, someone who I call on as well. And I think that's something that I want to share about the Joy Facilitator program is that this is not a hierarchy that I'm interested in creating. It's very much a lead from the hip. There are so many powerful leaders in our community, and it is like, yeah, it's just we're all in it together. We're all in it together. It doesn't matter what age you are or where you've been or what you've done or what you're gonna do. It's just I just really feel so strongly about how humble I am about the work, and I know that you are humble about your work as well. I think that is something that we really have in common.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. And that's one of the reasons I did say yes to the invitation to be part of the Joy Clan, the Joy fam. And because that humility and honesty and authenticity that I feel with you, Jillian, is reciprocal. It's that reciprocity.
Yeah. Woo! I just got the full shivs. And here's one of many things I love about Christine is your love of learning. Like I love watching you. I love watching you go into any rooms. And stepping into places where you know that there is an opportunity there for you to learn and grow. And it's just so inspiring. You really truly inspire me.
Thanks, Jillian. Oh my God. Let's just be inspiring everybody out.
Gonna make her blush. Okay, so I'd love to ask you a couple questions because, I know you are a powerful healer helper, like you are a powerful way shower and guide. What made you feel like you wanted to step into the facilitator program when you did?
When I wanted to be in the one before and couldn't quite make it to your previous offering, and I kept going, "This is calling my name," and I was watching all of these bright lights and how they were responding to being in the Joy Facilitator program, and I just went, "Okay, that's for me." I'm not sure what it's all about, but I wanna be in there. First of all, how you were so supportive of, yeah, where can we take this? Where can you grow with this? And that was really one of the part of the callings that I felt to come in and hang out with ya and be part of the team. It was like, I know Jillian will dig up the gold in me to help me walk into this even more, to be part of even
Woo!
more of this. And so I guess that was the first thing was I knew that you would help me get the gold nuggets to share, to say, to bring this out into the world. And so that was part of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I love this. I also remember you saying that you just wanted a little more lightness. That, as a way shower, as a healer at this time on the earth, it is a lot. Let's just be honest. And I remember you just saying, like, also there's an element because, okay, let's not be mincing words around how serious this work actually is. This is what I've been talking to all the facilitators about is like the level of depth of this program. It goes deep. And the truth is, that joy work is actually shadow work. Like it's going to meet all of you in all of those edges and require us to walk those edges over and over again. But it's also that it gets to be fun along the way. And it just makes me giggle right now, just thinking about the laughs that we have actually had. Like life is so serious and healing is so serious. And this journey is so freaking hard sometimes. And it's just so nice to be surrounded by people who, yes, are willing to go there and do the real work, but also invite in lightness along the way.
You're right. You're right. The shadow work, the walking through the shadows of life, because guess what? If there's light and joy, there is grief and low energy too. So it's not saying that there's no two sides of the coin. I had been doing a lot of work with a lot of depth of trauma release, and the joy method brought a little bit more lightness to where I can go with some of this. Yes, we honor and see the shadow in that method, and the journey is to get to a balanced state, to be able to return back to that level of joy more and more often, to have those brighter, lighter moments to keep us buoyed up in navigating life. So you're right. I I came because you made me laugh and that I knew joy was on the table and that even though we're like snot bubble crying and going through the shit of it, we can literally go, okay, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel and we can go and have a cup of tea and have a few good laughs and maybe burp and don't even worry about it, like you freaking lift me up with your laughter, with your guidance, and with your leadership, Jillian. And so thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for inviting me to the table.
Oh my
Yeah.
yeah, like, I love flying in this frickin' time zone with you. We have a good time, don't we? And I feel the same about you. You're so potent and powerful, and I just love everything that you do in the world. I think I would love to know if you feel into and, like, you know me deeply and you know this program deeply, what do you think people who would be a good fit for it would need to know? Like, what would they need to know, do you think, that maybe I have a hard time articulating? I feel it's like I'm so good at branding others and sharing others' magic. And because I think, this is my baby, as well as there's just so much in this program and in all of the facilitators in it, I find it challenging to like, is there anything that you think we could share that I'm not able to share easily?
Okay. 100%. I don't know if you can or can't. I think you can. I think you do a bang up job of being able to articulate. And you inspire me to do that even more in the work that's coming through all of us. I would say that this program really, really for me, it highlighted that you can be an entrepreneur, a business person. You can be focused on also doing some marketing and some self, reliance and getting your words out there. And you have a support system, cheerleading group with your cohort that you're in with that is I don't know, I just like to be able to lean back into that and the way that you supported us to step in together and to step into our gifts even more. It was like, if you need a cheerleading cohort and a leader that's fearlessly leading by walking through her shit and sharing what doesn't work and what does work and being able to throw it all in the garbage and start fresh right there in a new session. Jillian, you're that. You're that. It's not that anything is it's your constant tweaks to making it the best possible, offering and teaching and to get to the gold nuggets again. You have this ability of seeing through the fogginess or where there's things that are no longer viable or working for everybody. You just can snap to it. And so something that's alive and living. I find that this program that you have created is still very alive and able to shift and adapt to everybody that's there and what the teachings are about. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I really have taken that home over and over again.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No, thank you. That feels really true. And like, I just thank you for the words. I think, again, that's a piece that is in my blind spot only because it's so naturally a part of who I am and how, like, this is just such a heart offering. This program feels like so much more than a program. It's a calling. It was a calling for me. This work was a calling for me. And now I feel like calling in others who it feels aligned with. It's a frequency. And so that's where I sometimes feel like it's hard to share exactly what's going on in there. But I do absolutely. It's like a pet, a beloved pet that I am feeding and watering all of the time. I'm willing to make real-time shifts because my intention is always to meet everyone where they are at. And the most important thing, this isn't about me. I mean, yeah, okay, I created it, I manifested it into the world, but this is a collective movement. Like, this is what the world needs. The world needs more joy. And I think it's that remembrance that it's not outside of us and that it is absolutely who we, but it requires us to remember it every single day. And this is what I'm here to teach is very simply the practice of joy. The joy method is a strategy to support ourselves in feeling a little better. I've realized also, Christine, a shocker. I mean, the joy method continues to lovingly bitch slap me with its medicine. That it's also not only a feel better method, not only a manifestation method, but it's a nervous system regulator. And I've been using it before we come into class together for everyone to walk through with 5 minutes before class, walking it through. And I'm recommending everyone, all the facilitators, to use it before you meet with any clients or go into any spaces, is to use the joy method to really realign yourself and get into a neutral state and work through, release anything that's active so that you can show up in in healthy and good energy that's, like, supportive of the spaces that we're in instead of bringing all of our stuff, which, sometimes often we come into spaces to do our healing, etcetera, but when we're in leadership, it's really important for us to be mindful about the energy with which we're bringing, and what I realize is it's just yet another leadership tool, around how to honor my energy when I'm going in and teaching and supporting and what it looks like because I know we both talk about spiritual hygiene and even just energetic hygiene and it's honoring our energy. It's so, so important. I don't know where the hell that just came from, but the world is welcome. Here we go. The channeling is happening. Bebop, boobop. And we're off. Okay, something I'd love to know, just like sister to sister, is how do you energetically honor yourself and show up because as light workers, as way showers, as loving leaders, we have our own shit to deal with and the world is a heavy place. And so how do you honor that so that you can show up fully for clients and participants?
Disconnecting, like detaching from, I mean, we're in a storm. Okay, right now it feels like the biggest storm ever with calm moments, but detaching to disconnect, to reconnect to me, to really be clear about where I begin and where like the field around me starts. So part of that is doing my meditations, taking time to listen to that small, still voice inside, which means no scrolling, taking the time to connect with nature, do all the, my medicine practices. So those little parts that are essential for me to feel grounded, to feel connected, to feel myself. And then the other thing that I really concentrate on too is loving feedback from others. And that means like people that I really truly trust, which you are one of that, handful, I would say, of people that I truly
Yeah.
believe would be lovingly able to support when I have questions and can ask for that presence to be held and that sacred space to be held for me.
Yeah.
I'm human. I am going to F up, fall down, make mistakes, say things that I regret, all the things which is part of the joy journey of life. And I need to be able to recognize when I've kind of gone off track and be surrounded by those that can hold the space so I can remember who I am and come back to myself as fast as I can. Anyway, some of the little bits and pieces. I guess it's being honest and truthful. Like, if shit doesn't feel right, it's just not right. It's not right, no matter how much I would love it to be something different. It's just saying, okay, this isn't for me anymore, or that person's not for me, or this practice is habit or food or whatever it is. And then the willpower to do something about it. Yeah.
I love that. I think, one of the things that I know, and you're speaking right to it around joy leadership and leadership in general, and really serving from a place of overflow rather than depletion. Receiving is so important for us all. Like, it's not just giving and over functioning and overdoing. It is really honoring ourselves. Would you agree? And just ensuring that our energy is aligned and that we're serving from overflow instead of depletion. Yeah. Okay, can we shift gears for 1 second? I just got the message to ask you about the professional membership. So after, because you're in there, which I love, like I love getting to connect with you each month. And if you're open to it, I would love to hear your experience of like the professional membership, the after graduation, the opportunity to come back in, still be held in a community, be up on the directory, get opportunities sent your way, stay in touch with the whole Joy fam, and also continuously like working on visibility and, joyful branding and these sorts of things. How has your experience been in there? And is there anything you would speak to around that?
Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, okay, I'm going to be honest. I just want to hang out with you.
Let's hang.
I just want to come in and hear your laugh, see how other people are moved by your stories and sharing and space holding. And the girls that I've gotten a chance, the girls and guys that I've gotten a chance to steep in and deepen relationship with over the last years in the Joy Facilitator programs and in the Joy Nest and in all of those places. It feels correct for me, and what I mean by that is, I'm doing it because I feel in alignment with the teaching, the guidance, the focuses that we're doing every month, the holding space for each other and giving each other uplifting guidance, and, it feels like home. It feels like I belong, and it
Mm.
feels like I get seen and that I'm connected into something that's a bigger message, a ripple out going out.
I just want to say thank you. Again, everything you say, I just could reflect right back. And I think because you're in it, it does feel like home to me as well. And that's the piece about the community piece that I think is often overlooked in programs like this. Like, it's not necessarily about the person who even started it. It's literally about the people who are showing up. And one thing I will take credit for is attracting the most incredible people. And I must have done something really good in a past life, because to be able to roll with like yourself and everyone in our Joy Facilitator community, I call it our Joy Leadership community. Like, it is the greatest privilege and honor of my life. Like, this work, this community, what we're all doing together is so profound, and I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for all of it. So just thank you for being with us today. And as we're wrapping things up, I would love to ask you to just share with us, how can we find you? I mean, I highly recommend Christine. Again, she is on my list. She's on my roster. When I need support, she's who I go to. She's the real deal. She's very also much into we have similar I think energy around the inner knowing that everyone has access to their own power and their own inner wisdom. And what I find with her, she's really plugging back into that. It's not that we or she has anything that people don't. It's how do we plug you back into you? And I feel that with Christine and her work is like that real deep honoring of everyone's inner wisdom. Yeah, so I just highly recommend everything she's got to offer. So please let us know how we can find you, what we can do with you, how can we roll with you?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, first of all, I am here in Alberta, Canada, but I'm connected all over the world. I have friends and family all over the world that are continuing to do their work, whether it's online or in our spiritual retreats. I have ongoing in person sessions as well as workshops and retreats close to home here, as well as abroad. I've taken many groups all around the world, to Greece, to Iceland, to Ireland, and done work in Turkey and Bosnia and Hungary and on and on. And yeah, you can get me online or in person. And my website's lighthousekirstine.com, and you can find me on socials as Lighthouse Christine. So yeah, however you would love to be supported, whether an individual session, meditation class, or a retreat, you are welcome. And I would love to walk with you on this journey as the lighthouse. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your light with us all today. For anyone who's listening, if you're interested in this work, if you're interested in the Joy Facilitator program, I invite you to reach out to Christine. If you have any questions, I'm sure she'd be happy to answer them. And also, you can check out the academyofjoyfulliving.com or DM or email me. Reach out if you're feeling the call. We would love to invite you in to light up the world from the inside out with us all. The world needs our joy, I tell you. Christine, thank you. I love you so much. Thank you for being you and all that you do.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Jillian.